Good evening to Tom Barakan, the national spokesperson of the BJP, joining us. Professor Jyotsna is the national spokesperson of the TDP on the show. We'll have her on the screens in just a moment. Also, Lalit Ambardar is a noted activist, again, who has a very, very strong opinion on the entire issue. He speaks from his heart. We also have Abid Mir Megami, the leader of the Congress party, on the show, along with Advocate Neelofar Masood, who represents the National Conference, and Professor Bhuvan Bhaskar Joshi, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. On the show, Lalit, let's begin by asking you, is Omar Abdullah really scared? Is he really scared that after the, debacle that he saw at the Lok Sabha elections, he might just end up losing these upcoming elections? Because things have changed, people think differently, people are talking of peace, development, people are talking of a lot of other things. So is that the reason why he is telling people कि भाई मुसलमानों की कोई भी स्थिति अच्छी नहीं है इस समय देश में?
Listen, what's playing out in the streets of Kashmir is not limited to Omar Abdullah. Abdullahs are the original Islamists of Kashmir. We know it, all of us we know it. What they are trying to do is they are trying to consolidate Muslim sentiment, Islamist sentiment in Kashmir, in the name of Pan-Islamic fervor. So India happens to demonize Hindus, demonize Hindutva, and of course, if you talk about at the party lines, demonize BJP. It's the same Abdullah, senior Abdullah, who said, "Ye BJP walon ko samandar mein dal do," right? And then he forgot, Seri Farooq Abdullah, Omar Abdullah was groomed by the same BJP, right? And this is a very dangerous trend. They're talking about Muslims in the rest of the world. Very same society. I'm not surprised. They performed the Islamic ritual of Friday Fatiha for Osama bin Laden, the barbarian. They empathize with Hamas in Gaza. They have sympathies with Taliban. I recall when Kabul fell to Taliban, this same senior Abdullah, Sheikh Abdullah and his counterpart Mahbub Mufti, they welcomed the arrival of the Taliban. Well, rest of Muslims in the rest of India called it freedom fighters. What is shocking is, and I blame you, the media, for it. He's talking about the so-called plight of Muslims across the world and in India, but nobody is asking them what happened to the Kashmiri Pandits, Kashmiri Hindus in Kashmir. What did they do to the Kashmiri Hindus in Kashmir? Where are they? 32 years ago, on 9th of January, the dreaded cold night of 19th of January 1990, discovered Farooq Abdullah, elected chief minister of Jammu and Kashmir. He abandoned Kashmiri Hindus to the mercy of jihadists who are wearing those headbands with Islamic calligraphy written on that, with AK-47 guns, and they were looking for Kashmiri Hindus. Rape, murder, mass murder. I want to tell you to the rest of India, since you are not been talking about it, Hindus in rest of India have swallowed the genocide of Kashmiri Hindus, quoting one incident, spoken by, not me, a retired police officer, just a second please, retired police officer Mr. Sahai, who must have worked right under Farooq Abdullah as well as Omar Abdullah as well. He makes a faux pas. He says, what was shown in Kashmir files, there was worse incidents in Kashmir than Kashmir. A mother and daughter, duo Hindu.
Absolutely. And Lalit, this is the reason I wanted you to begin this entire conversation. Because this exposes the hypocrisy of a lot of these netas who today are telling us that the minority, that is the Muslims, he says, are feeling humiliated across the country. Let me also get in Neelofar ji into the conversation. Also good to have Jyotsna ji right now on the screen. She represents the TDP on the show. Neelofar, would you want to respond to what you just heard from Lalit? And can you tell me why is, Farooq Abdullah right now, Omar Abdullah, why are they running so scared to a point where Omar Abdullah has to speak a language of Islamophobia?
I don't think he's speaking the language of the Islamophobia. What has been said by the Ambardar, we should know that BJP has been doing the divide policy. It has been continued by them from last so many years, and they believe in dividing the country, especially the minorities, be it Christians, be it Muslims. They are under attack. We have seen the religious card being played in so many states where elections were being held. We have seen the politics on hijab, talaq, halala. Then we have seen politics on madrasas also. These all belong to the Muslim community. And why should Muslim community be always targeted again and again? Just to
Who's targeting them? Neelofar ji, who's targeting them? If you have the courts in the country, the courts of the country speak about bulldozers, the courts of the country are speaking about the hijab. All these matters, Neelofar ji, go to the court. You are well aware of this. But still you will use this opportunity only and only to consolidate your vote bank, because the allegation is that, Omar Abdullah right now is running scared. That what if after the Lok Sabha elections he ends up losing these elections also? He's already fighting for his relevance.
He had always spoken against anything which goes against anybody's religion. Yes, the matters have been decided by the court, but these are sensitive matters. What Islamic religion is for me, it may not be for you. And your religion is at your place, my religion is at my place. We need to respect everybody's religion.
Yes, but there is a constitution and there is a rule of law in the country, Neelofar ji. You accept that.
What is the reason? What is the purpose? Purpose is to consolidate the Hindu vote so that they can get at. But today, alhamdulillah, people are very much understanding the thing that there cannot be a country where only one religion can be there. It is a secular country. We are governed by the secularism and we believe in secularism. And
so why don't you speak about the plight of the Kashmiri Hindus also? No, the Kashmiri Pandits, something that Lalit just spoke about. Or are you embarrassed to speak about what happened vis-a-vis them?
Dipti, it is our party who has stood with the Hindus, with our Pandit brothers. We have talked about them. We've wanted them that they should be rehabilitated. From last 10 years, BJP is in the government, and see what is in their manifesto. In the name of the Tikalal Taklu, they are today launching one scheme just to get the vote, just to use them as the vote bank. What is this? Kindly go through their manifesto.
Okay, you're saying it's the BJP guilty of using vote bank politics before